Hello there, Lake County Library. This is Christy Lewis from the Lakeport branch, and today I'm bringing to you a book haul with lots of great new books. And if any of these catch your fancy, you can order them for free using the link to our catalog down below. You can just copy and paste the titles or authors or both right into the catalog, and it will bring up all the options for the books that we have. Sometimes there's large type, sometimes there is book on CD, sometimes there's audiobook or ebook that you just download to your phone. So there's usually lots of options. Sometimes there's even movie adaptations. So definitely check that out. So let's jump right into this book haul. First, we're going to start off with Forgiving Paris. This is by Kingsbury, who is a Christian contemporary author of heart-tugging fiction or inspirational, also called life-changing by the New York Times. I think it was the New York Times that blurbed her saying, "The #1 New York Times bestselling author of life-changing fiction brings her emotional, heart-tugging prose to this wise and worldly novel of forgiveness and hope in the city of lights." What a great blurb, right? So we know we're going to Paris. That's always a plus. And I can attest to the inspirational nature of this book. I was really surprised by the plotting of her book, This Side of Heaven. It just surprised me all the way through. I thought it was really well done. So let's jump into the synopsis here. We're following Ashley Baxter and her husband, who have been married a while, and they've decided to go on a trip to Paris together. But Ashley's a little bit nervous about it because she made a big mistake in her past when she was in Paris last time. So she's nervous about going back, but they're preparing for the trip. They're getting ready to go when suddenly she gets a call from somebody who remembers her in Paris. When they meet up, Ashley has to face her past, kind of decide how to handle it. So if that sounds good to you, you can order it down below. It is also available as an ebook, audiobook, or a large type book. And Forgiving Paris was published by Atria Books in 2021. Next, we have Out of My Heart by Sharon Draper. This is a sequel to the New York Times best-selling middle grade book, Out of My Mind. And we're following a differently abled heroine named Melanie. We don't know what her disability looks like, but I'm guessing it has something to do with a mental disability, considering the first book is called Out of My Mind. But in book 2, she has some help from medicine regarding that, and she's decided to go on the adventure of her lifetime. She's gonna go to summer camp. She's never done this before. It's new ground for her. But she's like, I want to go trekking through the forest and go on some zip lines and maybe even ride a horse. Like, she's got big plans. She's hoping maybe I can make some friends. She doesn't have a best friend. And of course, we're all gonna be rooting for her on her journey. So if Out of My Heart sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. It is also available as an ebook, audiobook, and book on CD. And it was published by Athenum in 2021. Next, we have The Party Crasher by Sophie Kinsella, who is famous for her humorous contemporary women's fiction. This is her latest. It's a humorous and heartwarming novel about family set against the backdrop of the most fabulous party you've ever snuck into. That's what the blurb says. Sophie Kinsella is a #1 New York Times bestselling author of Love Your Life, so you may have heard of her before. Her characters are supposed to be brilliant, and the situations madcap. That's what one of the blurbs said. So we can guess that it's funny and crazy. So Effie is the main character of this book. Now, her life has changed a lot recently. Her beloved parents have split up, and her father is fighting a lot with his much younger girlfriend. And also, they're gonna have to sell the rambling, old, beautiful Victorian house that they've lived in for so long, and she's not happy about it. And actually, she's not getting along with her father's new girlfriend to the degree that the girlfriend does not invite her to their house cooling party. They're throwing a big party as they leave the Victorian house and to go find a new house. And Effie has not been invited, but she remembers that on this last day when they're in the house, it's her last chance to go find a childhood keepsake that she has hidden in the house. And so she decides she's gonna have to just sneak in and crash the party and find the childhood keepsake before that she can't have access to the house anymore. But as she sneaks around the house through the shadows, she just witnesses things from kind of like a third-party observer view, and she sees things very differently than she did as part of the family. It kind of makes her confront her past and be more honest with herself in the present. Sounds pretty madcap to me. If The Party Crasher sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. It is also available as an ebook or an audiobook, and it was published by Dial Press in 2021. Next, we have The Book of Magic by Alice Hoffman. You may be familiar with this because I think there is a movie adaptation, and this is the conclusion to the best-selling series, A Practical Magic. That's the one that I think was made into a movie, was the first book. The Practical Magic series is a celebration of mothers and daughters and sisters and brothers and anybody who's ever been in love. It's supposed to have very vivid characters and to have a certain lyric beauty. The Owens family are the protagonists, and I don't want to spoil anything for earlier in the series, so I'll just say that they have been cursed in love for over 300 years, but that is about to change, apparently. So one of the members of the family hears what is called the Death Watch Beetle, which means she's going to die in the next 7 days. So they have to break the curse, right? And they have to save another young man's life. And we're not given any details about that in the synopsis, just makes you kind of curious. The family jumps into action and they have to travel all across Europe to go find an ancestor of theirs in the English countryside. They also go to Paris, lots of Paris in today's book haul, and London. And finally, they visit the ancestor and realize there's a lot of secrets that the younger generation of this family is not even aware of that are important for them to become aware of. If that sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. The Book of Magic is also available in large type, book on CD, ebook, and audiobook. And it was published by Simon & Schuster in 2021. Finally, we have Silverview by John le Carre, who also has lots of movie adaptations of his books. He's kind of known as a spy thriller writer, but it's very literary. This is his last published work, apparently, before his death, and it was an instant New York Times bestseller. And it was a most anticipated book by a whole bunch of people. Time, Thrillist, Washington Post, etc. I'm not going to list them all. That would be boring. John le Carre is turning back to the secret world, which has been his focus for the last 60 years of writing.
60 years? How many books has this guy written?
This book is about Julian Lonsley.
Lonsley.
Julian has retired from a high-flying job in London in order to be a bookshop owner in a small seaside town. But a mysterious visitor, disrupts his evening. Edward is a Polish emigre living in Silverview, which is a big house on the edge of town, and he knows a little bit too much about Julian's family to make Julian comfortable, and seems a little bit too interested in the inner workings of his very modest bookshop enterprise. And it sounds like there might be more than one perspective in here, because it says, when a spy chief in London is warned of a dangerous leak, his investigations lead him to this quiet town by the sea. So it might be a multi-perspective kind of novel. If Silverview sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. It is also available as an ebook, audiobook, book on CD, and a large type book, and it was published by Viking in 2021. That is it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this book haul. Let us know down below if you're going to order any of these or if you have any questions. We really love to hear from you. So I'll see you next time.